It's Kevin Keatsman Uncanceled on 95.7 FM KCMO Talk Radio.
Oh, I need a do-over. I need a mulligan. My apologies to Paul Gallant for stealing his time at the end of his fine show today. I enjoyed very much listening to that all morning. As we do each day, listening to Mundo in the morning, certainly enjoyed my time on with Paul. I got on a rant there about Mahomes and the Chiefs, and I went long. I did not know the out time, which is very unprofessional, amateurish of me. I assumed that it was a minute later than it actually was, because that's my out time in the 10 o'clock hour, but it's not the same in the 9 o'clock hour. So my apologies, Paul, and for Mark having to run the board and figure all that stuff out. That's on me. This is Uncanceled. Welcome, and good morning, Kansas City, to Uncanceled on KCMO Talk Radio. I'm Kevin Keatsman. I'm here until 11 o'clock when the Vince Show takes over, and it will be officially the Thanksgiving weekend. We will be here on Friday as well. I'll be doing a show on Friday because the Chiefs are playing the Cowboys on Thursday, and it may be a sports-centric show on Friday, but that's okay. We'll see what happens over the holiday, and I'll be back in on Friday, so we will be taking tomorrow off. But we look forward to doing this again on Friday. Got a great show lined up for you today. It's a weird day because about 2 hours ago, I wasn't sure I had a story that was worthy of leading the broadcast with. Sometimes holiday weeks are like that. You're looking for something, you're not really sure, you're like, okay. And now I have two equal lead stories, so we're going to do, one of them is going to be at the bottom of the hour. We're going to do one now and one at the bottom of the hour. At the bottom of the hour, I've done a little more research on this plaza renovation thing, and I know it's not breaking news or anything like that, but there's a lot going on. They want $210 million, and I've got some thoughts on exactly what this is all about and some background of the company and what's going on here. Spoiler alert, I think I'm okay with it all. I think I'm okay with what's going on, with what they want to do at the plaza, and I'll explain why coming up in a half an hour. It's a big deal, and that's a big, important part of our community. The older I get, the more I think about things in Kansas City that we can do that connect us all. And I'm not talking about like Democrats and Republicans. I'm just talking about people of all different backgrounds, social status, wealth, religion, whatever it may be, that sort of thing. The plaza is something that everybody in Kansas City in my lifetime has always been proud of, and nobody's proud of it right now. So those thoughts coming up in 30 minutes. We'll check in with Mark. We got the Stone Cold Lock of the Week coming up. You prepared for this, Mark?
You know, I've been looking at a few games. It's always tough, but I think I got one.
Okay. I've definitely got one. So I'm ready to bring mine on today, and it's a college football game. So my dead Stone Cold Lock will be coming up. We'll talk a little Chiefs-Cowboys with Mark Van Parlay as well. And KU's playing Tennessee later today in the third-place game of the Players Era tournament in Las Vegas after going 2-0. It's a goofy tournament, but they're playing for the winner. The winning team will get $300,000. The losing team gets $200,000. This is where college basketball is now. NIL money, just right straight to the players. They're playing for $200,000 or $300,000 today. Pretty cool stuff to be a college basketball player. But we begin with a story that has just been breaking, and that is White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt has a nephew. Let me before I tell you the actual news, let me set her family up for you. She has a brother named Michael. He's 35 years old. Caroline, I think, is pretty famously 28 years old. So her older brother, Michael, is 35. He is married and has kids. One of the kids is 11 years old, Michael Leavitt Jr. Michael Leavitt Jr. was obviously born 11 and a half years. It's been like 12-plus years since the mother of Michael Leavitt Jr. became pregnant. So that would have left Michael Leavitt Sr. at age 23. He basically got a woman named Bruna Ferrara pregnant. Bruna Ferrara was an illegal alien from Brazil. She was brought here as a child. She clearly was an adult when she got pregnant. They were consenting adults. This is not abnormal in today's society that this happens to young people. And so they decide to have the baby, Michael Leavitt Jr. Michael Leavitt Jr. then lives with Michael Leavitt. These folks are not married, okay? And the mom says, okay, you're at least a citizen here and you have a job and you take the son. He does. He winds up marrying another woman, starting a family. They have other children, and he's been living with him for 11 years. Well, Ms. Ferreira from Brazil, who's illegally here for over 25 years now, at age 33, never did anything to change her status. She never kept the boy. The boy never lived with her full time. And the father lived in New Hampshire. She lived in the Boston area, and he's in New Hampshire. And so she's out apparently yesterday or a couple of days ago, driving to pick the son up from school when she is swarmed by ICE agents, according to her sister. She had absolutely no identification of any kind. No driver's license, no insurance, no identification, nothing. They figure out who she is. They find out she has a previous arrest for battery, and she's hauled in by ICE. She's been illegal in this country for 25 years. She has an 11-year-old child here. She has the father of her child's sister has been at the White House working for a year, and with Trump before that, with all his connections, longer than that. One little phone call to the baby daddy. Hey, is there any chance that I could get some paperwork over here and a little guidance and some help on becoming a citizen? Can you help me out? Apparently never happened. This is why I do not have a problem with these things at all in any way, shape, or form. What have you been doing to be productive in America? You got pregnant. You were brought here by your parents, not your decision, but you loved it here. Her sister describes her as more American than anything else. Well, no, she's not more American than anything else because she's never tried to become an American. She's 33 years old and never tried to become an American. She had no papers on her while she was driving. Does she even have a driver's license? She's endangering her child driving around, and Michael's allowing this? So shame on him. I don't know what's going on. Maybe she's a fine driver. Maybe she does have a license. Maybe they found that. Why would she not have that on her? Is this now the game plan if you're illegal in this country and you have a prior arrest for battery that you want to drive around with no documentation? You think that's going to get you off? Not having anything? I'm not sure. And I don't know what kind of paperwork she has. But she got picked up. And she was sent to Louisiana at a detention center where she's being processed to be sent back to Brazil. And she has been here since the 90s. And it's one of those sad stories. And they're going to tell you on the left, oh, this is awful. She was picking her kid up, and they surrounded her and took her out of her car and then sent her. Oh, yeah, they did. Yes, they did. That's what America voted for. I'm sorry. Now, the intriguing part of this story is, A, why did she not call in a favor at the White House or something like that? Caroline Leavitt has no relationship with this woman. They are not related. Caroline Leavitt's relation here is the nephew, her brother, Michael, and the nephew, Michael Jr., are relatives of Caroline Leavitt's. This woman is not a relative. There was no marriage. There was nothing. It's just a baby mama. And it's a deadbeat mama because she gave that baby up to the husband or the father right away. So she didn't try to call in the favor. And I'm just wondering out loud. That's all I'm doing right now. Did this happen on purpose? Is this something Caroline Leavitt wants to address? Do they want this woman gone? Is it a nuisance? Whatever. I don't think they did anything nefarious to kick her out. But now that it's happening, is this something where the White House will spin this very simply? Sorry, nobody's above the law. Not even Caroline Leavitt's family's mom, her nephew's mom, is not above the law. This affects all of us. The law is the law. We're enforcing the law, and this woman has to go. And will they use this as some sort of a platform to say, see, we're the administration that's not above the law. Look what happened here with Caroline Leavitt's family, with her brother and her nephew, losing the mom. I'm fascinated by this story. I do not think it's going to go away anytime soon. I am dying to know whether they actually deport her to Brazil or if there's a lifeline given, some sort of thing. They say, well, this is not a special favor because the president or whatever. Maybe they want her to stay. Maybe they're more concerned about the boy. I don't know. It sounds to me like the boy, the 11-year-old, doesn't really, he sees his mom some, but he's living in a nuclear household with a mother, a father, other siblings. It's blended. It seems rather normal. I don't know. I got more questions than answers, but this is one heck of a story. This is absolutely one heck of an immigration story, and it's happening on the eve of Thanksgiving, and I'm fascinated to see what is going to happen. We have every single topic we've talked about in immigration is intertwined in this one bit, one piece. You have the Trump administration, what they want to do. You have somebody who never tried to become a citizen, somebody who has an arrest in their past. I mean, everything we've talked about with an illegal alien in this country is somehow tied to this story, and now it's tied to Caroline Leavitt. Who's the lady with the microphone at the White House? Wow. This one is something else. I'd love to know what you think about this one. Give me a call. Dial me up right now, 913-408-7957. That's our number. If you've never called the show, feel free. 913-408-7957. You're listening to Uncanceled. We got more coming up on KCMO Talk Radio. I just love Thanksgiving. I love Thanksgiving. It's everything that I love. I love the meal. I can't believe that I don't eat that meal more often. We never have it during the year. Mark, this is easy, right? I mean, gravy is the single most important thing on Thanksgiving. Is that right?
Not for me personally.
Huh.
I'm kind of like Alex Smith. I like the turkey.
Okay, well, I like the turkey too, but what if it's dry?
Usually, I haven't had a terribly dry turkey, but yeah, if you need gravy, that's fine with me. I'm not against gravy or anything.
Do you put gravy on the turkey?
I put it on. Usually, it dips over a little bit from the mashed potatoes.
Right.
But
okay.
I don't just dunk the turkey in gravy though.
So gravy is the most important part because anything that is – look, it's really hard for most families to make the meal perfect. Not everything's going to be great. The dressing could be terribly dry or burnt. Most turkeys are overcooked a little bit, let's be honest. Or they carve it and it sits out and dries out before you eat it. The mashed potatoes sometimes are lumpy, or there's this problem or that problem. Piping hot, good gravy saves Thanksgiving. You can put it on anything. If your potatoes are cold, you put hot gravy on it, and you're good. You can put it back in the microwave to heat the gravy up. Gravy is the most important element of the meal.
I like it.
And what's better than that fresh roll at the end of your meal, sopping up your plate?
Let's go. I love the roll with the butter. Corn and butter is really big with me, too.
And the gravy. The roll and the gravy at the end, you got to clean the plate, man.
Oh, with the I've never done that.
What?
I've never done that. The text line's probably going to rip me on that, but I've never done it.
That is a Thanksgiving staple. You put so much gravy on stuff you can't eat it all, so it's left on the plate. When you're done, I'm going to have a second roll. Reach over to the rolls, and you just start sopping it up.
Nice.
Oh, it's the best. The best. The best part of Thanksgiving. Let's go to the phones. If you'd like to join us, give us a holler right now at 913-408-7957. We say happy Thanksgiving to Stephen in Kansas City, Kansas. Hello, Stephen. Good morning.
Oh, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. How about hot pecan pie? Come on. You're getting me hungry here.
When I worked way back in the day at Waji's in Roland Park, I used to like the pecan pie very, very, very cold right out of the refrigerator.
Yeah, I'm a hot guy. I don't know what it is,
okay.
man.
I like
fantastic.
it too. I like it too. I'm just telling you, you might try it refrigerator cold. I don't like things that are room temperature. I like my cheesecake cold. I don't like it room temperature. There's almost nothing I like room temperature other than chips.
It's not steaming hot, but just hot enough so it's been sitting there for a while. Oh man, I mean, you just can't. I must sound like Rex Archer. I love that part of Thanksgiving, but. What do you think of we got snow for K-State? I'm going to be out Thursday. So I'm going to be out Friday for KU Utah. It looks like we're going to have a little weather this weekend. I think K-State should win fairly easily. I also had some ruminations about we're so blessed beyond measure with probably the highest rated NFL regular season game in history, and the NFL can so perfectly do this for Thanksgiving and have Post Malone doing his Grand Ole Opry set from the at halftime, perfect note, and then for some reason they can't seem to. They have Jay-Z, the former drug dealer, with coordinating the Super Bowl, and for some reason with the DEI hire, they can't seem to do anything.
Steven,
and Gracie,
you've called about the halftime show again. No, forget the halftime show. It has nothing to do with you and me. He is the second most downloaded artist in the world behind Taylor Swift. It's about people in Spanish-speaking countries. That's who they're trying to draw in. They want billions to watch the Super Bowl, not hundreds of millions. Do you not get this?
The reason this is boomerang.
Are you upset that they have a Spanish language broadcast for the Super Bowl?
Absolutely not.
Well, then why would you be upset that Bad Bunny's playing? It's the same thing.
Even Gracie Hunt is trashing the Super Bowl.
I understand, but it's a business decision. Stephen, how old are you? How old are you?
You can't.
Stephen, how old are you?
55 years old.
Okay, so I'm 60. The Super Bowl halftime show is no longer for us, okay? Tom Petty's dead, right? Nobody wants to see the Stones or the Beatles anymore. Prince is dead. The halftime show is gone for us. It's over. We've lost it.
You can't get any higher ratings for a Super Bowl. You can't charge any more revenue. So what are you doing? Are you trying to get more fans
yes.
in Latin American countries?
Yes.
I mean, is that going to make a difference?
Yes, it makes a difference. If they get 300 million people from Spanish-speaking countries to watch because Bad Bunny is on, that's a lot of money. Yes.
I applaud. For once, I applaud the Hunt family for calling balls and strikes.
I'm with you. I'm cool. Stephen, I got to let you go. I got other callers. Awesome. You didn't even get to your point, but that's okay. Don't call me about the Super Bowl halftime show anymore. It's not a big deal. Get over it. And we're going to have an alternate show, so we can enjoy that one as well. Here's Mark in Edwardsville on KCMO Talk Radio. Hi, Mark.
Hey, happy Thanksgiving, Kevin. The best part about Thanksgiving is drinking all your brother-in-law's beer.
So beer is more important than gravy. Is that what I'm hearing?
Well, because he's buying it all, so,
Now, does he buy it and bring it to your house, or do you go to his house and just drink his beer?
Just drink his wife is a great cook, and I eat stuffing and drink beer all day.
Okay. And what do you take? Do you contribute anything?
Oh, yes. I have a tiny orchard, and I'm bringing apple pies.
Well, there you go. You've served your role.
Yeah.
You could also take Mark Van Sickle's parlay advice over to the rest of your family and see if they can make a buck or two.
Yeah. Yeah, well, my daughters do that stuff, so it's all fun.
Where's your apples? Where's your orchard?
It's up in Edwardsville. I'm a mile south of the race car track.
Okay.
So,
is it a good year for apples?
Oh, man, dude, it was an amazing year. And for peaches and pears, too. Just everything was just perfect. The amount of rain and the warmth and everything. Yeah, it was a good year.
What kind of apples do you grow?
Honey Crisps, Fiji's, Granny Smiths, and Red Delicious.
Okay, so I've fallen in love with the Cosmic Crisp. Have you had it?
No, I've not had that. No.
So as I understand it, Washington State University spent like 20 years developing and doing hybrid seeds of trying to get this one. It's a Honey Crisp, but it's a little bit sweeter. It's called a Cosmic Crisp. I'm in love with them.
Well, I'm writing this down right now. I'll check that out this spring.
Yeah. So, see if you can grow some Cosmic Crisps. We'll give them away on air next year.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Let's move those. And I don't know that they'd be great pie apples, but I eat an apple every day, and I've fallen in love with the Cosmic Crisp.
Yeah, well, I make a lot of honey butter, too, and apple butter and different things. So there's a lot of variety. Yeah.
Good for you. You have a store? Can people buy your stuff?
No, I just take it around to different places where I go.
Take it to Thanksgiving and drink that free beer, buddy. That sounds like a great day to me. You have a great holiday, okay?
You too. Thanks a lot for your show, man. Appreciate it.
All right, man. Thank you. Thank you, Mark. Appreciate that. Real quick, we got John in Topeka. John, we got about 45 seconds. Go ahead.
The best part I think about Topeka is all the memories that you make every year with your family. I'm just like a couple of Thanksgivings ago, we had arrowhead hunting down in the creek because I bought arrowheads and planted them for the kids. And I was like, I heard that there was Indians a long time ago down there, and there might be arrowheads down there in the creek. And so we went down there, and they were like, look, we found arrowheads. And they were finding arrowheads everywhere. I don't know how they got there.
That's awesome.
But anyhow, it's just making memories with the kids and with your family. And it's not about the food. It's not about, the commercial part of it. It's about family and getting together as a family and putting your phones down.
Okay. We just lost you, John. Appreciate that. Good stuff. A little known fact, Mark, you'll appreciate this. As a kid, every Thanksgiving we spent in Topeka at my Uncle Noble and my Aunt Winnie's house. He was a great chef. They did the Thanksgiving meal every single year. We drove to Topeka, and the whole bunch of the family was there. So, yes, a lot of Thanksgiving memories in Top City, Uncanceled continues on KCMO. I think I can speak to the entire staff here at KCMO Talk Radio. We hope you have a great Thanksgiving holiday with your family and do exactly what you like to do. It was so awesome to hear from Mark in Edwardsville say that his plan is to take all the apple treats to his brother-in-law's in exchange for all the free beer he wants. He said, what did he say? He's going to eat stuffing and drink beer all day.
Yep.
You know what? Be safe,
plan.
but if that's your plan, man, at least you got a plan.
Yeah.
What's your plan, Mark? What do you got going tomorrow?
We're going to be hanging out at my in-laws in Iowa, so that should be a fun time.
Do you start driving today?
Yeah, we'll head out this afternoon and hopefully get there before dark.
That's awesome.
That's the plan.
And do the kids like the ride, or is the car total chaos?
The kids are actually pretty good in the car, I'm not going to lie. That used to be worse, but as they get older, they get better.
They all have headphones?
They do have their own headphones. So, yeah, they can watch movies or listen to music, whatever they want to do.
My theory is siblings don't fight as much as they used to and argue because they just tune out.
It's true.
Yeah. They just put the headphones on or get the device and play a game or something. And so we had some knockdown dragouts when I was a kid. We used to just brawl with each other, get in, scrap and get into it over stuff. A lot of times it was just sports in the backyard we'd start fighting. But
yeah. Me and my brother had some fights for sure.
Yeah, those were kind of fun. So, all right, coming up, our dead stone cold locks. We have talked it over. That'll be the next segment. We'll check back in with Mark. I've been doing a little reading up and research on this redevelopment of the Country Club Plaza. And let me state just from the start that I believe it is one of the most significant of a handful of locations in the entire Kansas City metropolitan area. Full disclosure, I grew up pretty close to the plaza in Mission. When I became old enough to drive, it was the place to go if you had like a date, if you had a girl. When you're 16, 17 years old, you're in high school, and it wasn't just for people who lived close like me in Mission. It was people from all over the Kansas City area. It was filled with all kinds of people from all kinds of different backgrounds, and it was a gathering place. It was a destination. It was something we were proud of, and it was fun. There was a movie theater. There were tennis courts that I played on that were lighted up at night. We couldn't believe there were lights down there. You could play tennis. There was, of course, a McDonald's. There were hangout places. There were arcades. There were all kinds of things for teenagers, but we would also look across the street at the fancy restaurants, the Plaza 3 Steakhouse, and go, wow, look at that fancy Mercedes-Benz pulling up in front of that thing. And the people would get out, and it would be a couple in their 40s dressed to the nines going in to have their, anniversary dinner or whatever it may be. It was a little bit of everything. The Country Club Plaza brought Kansas City together. Right now, the plaza is a symbol of what's tearing Kansas City apart. It has been downgraded in many, many ways. Crime was up. A lot of people don't feel safe going there. And it is not a gathering place for all kinds of people. It is still a great place that people come from out of town and visit and stay there. And they've probably had experiences over the last few years where they've gone, this isn't quite the same as it once was. Maybe they're looking at the Lowe's Hotel now or something like that, or downtown. There's a lot of competition. I'd like to save the plaza. As much as we talk about Kauffman Stadium, Arrowhead Stadium, renovation versus new, all of these different things that we discuss, and you know where I stand. I think with stadiums, new is better. This isn't about moving. You can't move the Country Club Plaza. You can't build a new one along Brush Creek somewhere right on the state line of Kansas City in the middle of the city where everybody can gather. This is not possible. The only thing possible for the Country Club Plaza is renovation, and it needs it. This company that wants to do it is the Gillen Property Group. Let me give you a little backstory here on the Gillen Property Group. The Gillen Property Group is under Gillen Capital, which is a major investment firm in Dallas, Texas. These people are descendants and heirs of H.L. Hunt, who is Clark Hunt's grandpa. Okay, so these are cousins of his, uncles of his. There's a lot of Hunt family involved in this company. Clark Hunt and his family are invested into this company. This company was known, you may recognize this, it was Highland Park Village Management. They run Highland Park Village in Dallas that is stated on their website in 1931 became the first open-air, inward-facing shopping center in America. Well, we've always claimed that the Country Club Plaza is the first open-air shopping center in America. I don't know what inward-facing means, so maybe that's something different than the plaza. but they claimed that in 1931. It was 100 years ago this year, in 1925, that Charles Pete Petrot, the maintenance supervisor for the Nichols Company, on Christmas Day, 1925, was leaving after securing all the buildings on the plaza, making sure that everything was okay, and headed home for his own Christmas, flipped a switch on a single strand of lights above the doorway of the Mill Creek building on the plaza. That was the beginning of what we now know as the plaza lighting ceremony. Again, it was the maintenance supervisor for the Nichols Company. Kansas City has history like America has history. We have great history, and it doesn't matter if you're from Kansas or Missouri. It doesn't matter if you've lived here 1 year or 100 years. There's a lot of history here, and it's worth saving, nurturing, and protecting. I'm not a big government bailout guy. I understand that Kansas City has a TIF commission, which is tax increment financing, and the owners, Gillen Capital, the Hunt family, and many of these other people, are asking for $210 million to go toward the plaza to completely renovate it. They want to change the ordinance, and I think they have, to have 20-story buildings instead of the lower ones that they have now. They want to build condominiums. They want rich people to move in. Now, don't judge that, and don't say this can't be a place for everyone, because it can. I've traveled to a lot of places, and these places in Dallas are like this. There's plenty of places in Scottsdale, Arizona like this. There are all kinds of areas. I know exactly what their vision is. Here's the best part. The total project is slated to be $1.5 billion. If they're asking for $210 million and you're getting a $1.5 billion investment from a private capital firm, this is not a public company. You cannot invest in Gillen Capital or this Gillen Properties, either one. You can't get the Gillen Property Group. You can't invest in either one. These are private people, and there's a whole bunch of Hunts in this. And they're really, 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 really rich. I'd suggest Kansas City, maybe even some money from Kansas if necessary, wherever you can get it. I'd suggest, for the sake of Kansas City, Missouri, and the possibility of Jackson County losing sports teams and the revenue that go with it, I'd say this is actually a better play than keeping a sports team. You're putting in $200 million out of $1.5 billion. That's a better play for Kansas City and the taxpayers of Kansas City, Missouri, and Jackson County than either of the sports teams. It just is. The revenue from the sports teams is gone in Kansas City. They'll not get that back. What they've had forever in the sales tax revenue is gone. It goes straight to the teams if they keep the teams. So there's no financial advantage at all at this point to doing anything for the Chiefs or Royals. They've lost the revenue. The money's gone. The only thing they get is people crossing over, maybe buying gas or going to a restaurant somewhere else other than the stadium before the game. There's some of that they would have benefit of. But this looks like a way better play, and I think she's worth saving. I think having the plaza completely rebuilt, finding private companies to come in and build condominiums and apartments. They're talking about, in the older buildings, 750 apartment units that they would renovate and do. They have commitments from really big-time retailers, but mostly there would be a lot more entertainment here. It would be more restaurants, more things to do, more entertainment. People shop online a lot more. Once upon a time, I'm going to guess 90% of the plaza was retail shopping. The other 10% was things to do. It probably needs to flip. It probably needs to be 50, 60% things to do and 40 to 50% retail. I'm not an expert in that area, but I think we all know where retail's gone. This company is loaded with money. So this is not crying poor. This is, we want to spend $1.5 billion and save a crown jewel of a 2.5 million populated metro area that everybody in Kansas City, if you ask people that have lived here for any period of time, is the plaza good or bad for Kansas City? You're going to get 90-some% of the people say they love the plaza. This is absolutely worth saving. We probably should be talking more about this than the stadiums. This is a crown jewel. I don't know how else to describe it. And this is exactly what Gillen Capital does and their Gillen Property Group. Again, it used to be called Highland Park Village Management. They've branched off August 27th of this year and started their new company. It's still the Hunt family. It's the same people. There are very significant connections between wealth in Dallas to prosperity and progress in Kansas City. It's not just a football team that came here and a stadium and 4 Super Bowl titles. It's not just Hunt Midwest Underground, the caves. It's not just Hunt real estate developments and the communities that they've built. It's not just Worlds of Fun, which they built. Kansas City is not the same without the Hunt family and the money they've brought from Texas, the oil money, the silver money, and everything that they have. Kansas City, we are lucky as hell that the Dallas Cowboys were too competitive for Lamar Hunt's football team, and he tasked Jack Stedman with finding a place to move the team, and they picked us. This is not a shot at Des Moines or Omaha, but Kansas City would be Des Moines or Omaha today if the Chiefs hadn't moved here. That's what we'd be. That's how important this family's been. If you want to look at something and you want to help or work with the Hunt family, the Country Club Plaza is the place. More than sports. I love the Plaza. It's my favorite place in Missouri, but we don't go there very often. And the shame is, we're at the age and the time in our life, our kids are grown and gone, they're all doing well. We're at the point where we can go to a nicer restaurant and spend a little more money and spend a little bit longer time out. And we just don't go there. I am really excited for this. This would be a great, great thing for Kansas City. And I know it's complicated. Everybody screams, oh, it's tax increment financing, it's government help. Just do it. Just do it. These people know what they're doing. These are not idiots. Now, there's going to be fallout with this company because the second you go to their website, Gillen Property Group, and you look at it and you click on About Us, it shows you their management team, their 21 key employees, starting with the CEO all the way down. 21 of them. 3 rows across. There's 7 rows. They show you 3 faces. You can click on it, see what their title is. And as you go down, the titles get lesser, but it's their 21 key employees. Every single one of them is white. It's like the Royals broadcasting crews, okay? We just got white guys. We don't need to bring in any minorities or women on this thing. We're good here. We're the Royals. We're good. There's still a lot of that out there. It doesn't. If these are the most qualified people for these positions, I'm all good with that. I'm not necessarily. I'm just telling you, they got more trouble than just saying it's government money. People start digging into this company. They're going to be. I think they're looking at a really, 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 really rich, uppity, white, conservative Christian company. And a lot of people in Kansas City, Missouri don't like that. A lot of the power brokers in Kansas City, Missouri don't like that. This can be an uphill climb. I'm fascinated to see what happens. But it was 100 years ago on Christmas Day this year that Pete Petrot, the maintenance supervisor for the Nichols Company, put 1 strand of lights over the Mill Creek building, and our tradition began. The plaza's awesome. Enjoy all of the lights. We're due for a break. 913-408-7957 if you'd like to join us. And Mark Van Sickle joins us next. We'll talk a little Chiefs Cowboys, get your Stone Cold Lock of the Week. It's all straight ahead on KCMO. Wrapping up the show, the Vince Show is coming up next on KCMO Talk Radio. We're back to the phones now. We've got Jason who waited patiently through the break. We always appreciate that. In Olathe. Good morning, Jason. Happy Thanksgiving to you. How are you, sir?
Good morning, Kevin. Happy gobble day to you. First-time caller.
Thank you.
I love the show.
Thank you.
You bet. So I think we should send some flyers up to New York and have all the millionaires that Mandumi up there is running them all off and say, hey, come to the Plaza for some Midwest living.
You know, that'd be great. I don't think many New Yorkers are going to relocate to Kansas City, but there may be businesses that decide to invest elsewhere instead of New York, and maybe that does fit into the grand scheme of things. Look, if they remodel the Plaza the way they're talking about doing it, there will be real estate development companies that are going to want to come in and build properties there. It's a wonderful place. It's such a unique Kansas City place. We've got to do everything we can to make it as good as possible.
Yes, sir. Sounds good.
All right. Happy Thanksgiving, buddy. Appreciate the call.
You bet. Take care.
Thank you, Jason. First-time caller. Appreciate that, Mark. First time we've got a chance to speak with Jason. Mark Van Sickle, manning the operations, the overseer, is ready for the Chiefs and Cowboys on Thanksgiving Day. And you'll be able to watch this uninterrupted with all the family there in Iowa?
Yeah, my brother-in-law texted me, said we're going to watch it at his house, so I'm sure there's going to be, kids running around, but we'll get to watch it no matter what.
Okay, that's where dinner is and everything, right? There's all one place tomorrow?
So we're going to eat dinner at Heidi's grandma's house, and then we're going to go watch the game at her brother's house. So we're going to kind of spread it around.
Oh, you better hope that dinner is served on time.
We'll make sure it is.
What time they plan on dinner?
I think we're doing lunch, so it'll probably be around noon.
Oh, you better hope it's noon and not like 1:30.
We'll start eating early.
You could get pushed back. Let's talk about Chiefs and Cowboys. There is zero chance I would at FanDuel. I think the Chiefs down to -3 at FanDuel right now, or is it 3.5?
I think it's still 3.5. I'll double
3.5.
check on that.
There is zero chance I'm betting the Chiefs -3.5. Zero. It's not happening. There is no way.
I'll do -2.5.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing that either. I can't do it. This game, at best, should be a pick-em. So I think the Cowboys have a 50% chance of winning, don't you? You think this is a 50-50 game?
I think it's probably more 60-40 Chiefs.
Okay, well, that would reflect the line.
Mm-hmm.
That Vegas obviously puts the line in. For folks who don't know, when FanDuel or whatever they have these lines, they're not predicting the outcome of the game. They're predicting what they think the public believes.
So they're -3.5, but you get plus 100 on that.
There you go.
So plus money on that.
Okay. So they just believe that people will bet on if it were a pick 'em, they just believe they'd have too many bets on the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
That 80% of the bets would come in on the Chiefs, and Vegas doesn't want any part of that because then they can lose. They're actually gambling at that point. They just want all the action even on both sides. So they're trying to predict the public, not the actual outcome of the game. I like Dallas in this game. I'm going to tell you right now, if the Chiefs go out and win this game in impressive fashion, they're going to surprise me. And if the Chiefs go out and win this game in some sort of really good, well-played fashion, watch out. Anything's possible. Because this is a quick turnaround. Isaiah Pacheco's back. That helps a little bit. But I just haven't seen it in Patrick Mahomes, Mark. I know we love the guy. He's the GOAT. He's all those things. But, man, I just haven't seen it this year.
They just need to score touchdowns in the red zone. I feel like if they score 2 or 3 touchdowns instead of kicking field goals, they win big. That's just almost every week that would be the case.
And I think he needs to not hand the opponent 7 points.
Yeah, that's big too. No turnovers.
That's the one. Mahomes cannot give the opponent 7 points. They can't do it. All right, our dead stone cold lock of the week. Here we go. I'm going to take Arizona State in college football, hosting Arizona Friday night. They're getting 1.5 plus 1.5. Arizona State just wins. That's all they do. They just kind of win. So I'm taking Arizona State plus 1.5 as my dead stone cold lock this week. What do you got?
I'm going to take a local team. I'm going to go with Missouri, the number 22 team in the nation. 2.5-point favorites on the road at Arkansas, who only has 2 wins on the season. Now, Arkansas does play teams close, but I think Missouri will get a win by at least a field goal. So I got Missouri.
There you go. Arkansas has been scoring quite a bit, but Missouri's defense is really good.
Mm-hmm.
They're the underrated part of the Missouri Tigers team. They're good, and I expect them to win as well. I like that pick. Kansas and Tennessee play college basketball later today in the Players Era tournament in Las Vegas. I like Tennessee in this one. I'm really impressed that KU had a couple of double-digit wins in this tournament without Darren Peterson, but I think this might be an opponent that's a little too good for him. What do you think?
Yeah, seeing Tennessee beat Houston, I just think it's going to be tough for KU to get a win, but you never know. They've been playing good ball.
What an awesome, awesome sports week and weekend. Have a great holiday, everyone. Mark, be safe traveling, okay?
Thank you.
He is Mark Van Sickle. I'm Kevin Keatsman. This is Uncanceled. I'm back on Friday right here on KCMO Talk Radio.